Well, here we are in December. Man, time's flying, huh? Well, tell you, time's flying, but things are happening at the same time. A lot of you guys don't want to believe it, I'm sure, but things are happening right now. Uh, the A lot of you guys are still partying from the Trump victory. I you know, I didn't foresee this thing coming up. Anyway, thing is, you guys are partying from the Trump victory. I don't think it would have went any other way, to be honest with you, because I think that he is destined to do something, and nothing that anybody could have done would have changed it. I don't think so. Anyway, did I think that he was the better of the two candidates? On paper, yes, definitely. The cackling commie had nothing to bring to the table except for communist agendas. Okay. And for those people out there that say, you don't know what a communist is, well, I had several friends who fled communism, okay, over the years. I know more about communism probably than a lot of people. So, anyway, she had a lot of communist and socialist agendas which did not need to take hold in this country. But the problem that I'm seeing here is that I see all of these people just blindly following along. Okay, and I hate to say that, don't be one of these people that blindly follows every little thing that Donald Trump does. Don't be one of those people. Okay, you need to be better than that. We don't need big government. But and Donald Trump was saying no to big government, drain the swamp, blah blah blah, all that before he won. Just like the first time he made all these statements before he won and never delivered on them. He didn't put Hillary in jail. He didn't do any of that stuff. Okay? So now he's appointing all of these people to his cabinet and whatnot. I just see him appointing swamp people. That's Rubio and oh, let's get this person, let's get that person. He's just drawing people from the quote unquote swamp to fill his positions. And that is not what is supposed to happen. It's supposed to be smaller government. It was all supposed to be, let's have less government, right? Let's get rid of all of these unnecessary agencies like the ATF and the DEA and so on. And he just keeps putting more and more people in positions dealing with those agencies and so forth, And that's not the right thing to do. He recently just appointed somebody who was a sheriff in Florida to some position. I don't remember what it was, but apparently that sheriff during the pandemic, the bogeyman virus lockdowns, that guy had arrested a pastor of a church. I'm sorry, but that's just unacceptable. That's very unacceptable. And all this is doing, the guy's not even in office yet. It's just solidifying some of my suspicions of him, as far as biblically. All right, it's solidifying some of my suspicions. And anyway. But you guys can form your own opinion. If you're over 18 years old, You can form your own opinion. If you're under 18, then seek out an adult and talk to them about it. But used to be in the 1700s, 1800s, and before, you know, you were a man at 16 years old. Probably had a wife by then too. You know, people were much more mature back in the 1700s and 1800s. You know, if you were in your 20s as a woman, you were a spinster. Okay? No kidding. But people mature much later now. You know, I don't even think that anybody under 30 should even be considered for voting, you know, but whatever. But we got this FinCEN thing here, which is a really bad thing. Anybody who has an LLC or a corporation, a small corporation, if you're a small to medium-sized business, they're trying to put the screws to you, okay? And you gotta say no. All it is it's a data aggregator. It's there's some kind of an evil purpose behind this. They want to fine you if you don't comply, giving them the information that they want. And then if you decide that you want to shut down your business and not comply, then they still want to fine you for not complying. $500+ a day. But there are lawsuits around the country right now going against this, but it's not widely enough known. People have got to spread the word on this thing and get a hold of an attorney who is part of a class action lawsuit to go against this thing. It's called FinCEN. I don't remember what it stands for, but it's a thing with the U.S. Treasury Department. And I think that they're just, I mean, they could get their information from other agencies if they wanted to. I think that by making people comply, it's like forcing them to sign that you give your obedience to them. And you know what? I'm not going to do it. Never going to do it. I've had businesses in the past, and I don't think that organization even existed then. I think it's a fairly new organization. You know, it's just another Muppet show. But anyway, they've got the numbers. It's like a gang. You know, you got the numbers. You're in charge, right? So they've got the numbers as long as everybody doesn't know what's going on. But I'm telling you what's going on. So some of you guys that got, you know, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 subscribers need to put the word out on this thing. It starts at the end of December. So the last day of December is when they say, oh, you have to comply by this date or else, you know. That sounds pretty tyrannical to me. Or else what? Or else people start utilizing their Second Amendment for when you come around and try to force them to comply. Because, you know, that's really what needs to happen, to be honest with you. Because when everybody started talking about the Democrats cheating again this time to put the cackling commie into power, people said, you know what, we'll utilize our Second Amendment this time. You better watch yourself. And then they didn't cheat, or at least they cheated on a very small scale because they didn't win, right? You pull out the and that's when people start listening, okay? That's when people start listening. Now, in my past, I have done and people listened. Okay, that's right, because he who holds the weapon, all right, is the one that's making the rules. If you get enough people behind you, you'll be able to just tell them, shove your crap up your butt and, you know, go away. You know, this whole Trump thing, we're supposed to be dissolving all of these unnecessary agencies. and we're supposed to be trying to get rid of all these unconstitutional, fake laws that they have put in place over the last 100+ years. Okay, that's what we're supposed to be trying to do, but that's not what looks like to be happening. All right. Anyway, I'm telling you right now, now is not the time to like drag your feet or be a gold brick. Okay, you don't need to be a gold bricker right now. You need to go get up and you need to go after this FinCEN thing, FinCEN. Okay, you need to go after it like a dog, like a ravenous dog with a bone that still has bits and pieces of meat on it. That dog will be trying to get that meat off of there so badly. You've never seen a starving dog go after a bone so hard as when there's still some meat on it, right? Well, that's the way you need to be about this FinCEN thing. Do not comply with it. Tell everybody. I mean everybody, not just your friends and your relatives, but people on the street. Hey, do you know about FinCEN? You don't? Well, let me tell you about it. That's right. There are lawsuits that have been tried and denied, and there have been lawsuits that they say, oh, okay, you can do it. You don't have to comply because you have this many employees, whatever. See, the funny thing is this FinCEN thing is they say, oh, this is because of crime, right? But they're only focusing on the small mom and pop businesses and the middle and the medium-sized businesses. And anybody that's got a large business, they say, well, you're exempt. You know what? Shh, I'm exempt. All right? Shh, I'm exempt. That's the way you need to be about it. That's right. I'm not paying them nothing. I'm not giving them nothing. I'm not paying them nothing. So when they want to send around their little crew or whatnot, they better just understand that they are going to their own demise. They're all going to take dirt naps, right? That's the way it has to be, When Joe Biden sent around all his little brown shirts to make everybody comply with the jab, people started utilizing their Second Amendment and telling them to go away, right? And that stuff quit immediately. That nonsense went away right then and there. Okay? We need to get this country woke up to the fact that, Trump is not the end-all be-all. Okay? No matter what you thought, he's not the end-all be-all. That revolt is coming. God said there's going to be a revolt. That the last generation is after Israel was restarted in 48. The last generation's 70 and no more than 80 years. Right? We're 70-some years now. We're almost to 80 before the Lord comes back. All these things will happen before the Lord comes back. Right? So that means that the revolt is on the horizon. That means that the Antichrist is on the horizon. It means the rapture is on the horizon. The Antichrist cannot be revealed until the rapture happens. A lot of people say, oh, there's no rapture, there's no rapture. That's because you're an idiot. You think there's not a rapture? There's a rapture, okay? I was in the no rapture crowd years ago. Till I woke up to the Holy Spirit showing me things. And yep, there's a rapture. Better believe it. It's a real deal. Alright, I'll come back at you in one more. Talk to you then.